What's up, Helldivers? It's Wabbajaw, and I'm just going to be making a video about the new weapons that we have available in-game right now. That, of course, is the MG206 heavy machine gun and the LAS-99 Quasar cannon.
Hellpods Prime.
So, kind of be going over my first impressions
orbital thrusters
of them at the moment. Oh, this would happen, of course. Gonna be going over my first impressions of these, and yeah, let's just talk about it. Well, I'm glad I brought a more normal loadout.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Requesting backpack! Calling down a support weapon! Calling in reinforcements! Calling down a support weapon!
Back, someone might die.
Log tunnel breach!
Fuck. What is happening here?
Dropping package!
I got this.
Oh, why'd you turn? You son of a bitch? Did I kill him? Oh, it did. Okay.
Combat zone to resupply.
I'm gonna leave this
Tunnel
guy alone. I just want to see. It does. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. And then actually does.
Found something.
Pretty well with chargers. The Quasar cannon
Allied destroyer coordinates received.
seems pretty straightforward, and I would definitely say it's worth picking up and trying out. So now let's go ahead and do the machine gun. See, I'm thinking with the machine gun, it has a pretty poor ammo economy.
The siege of
There's
unmanaged
one
democracy
thing
continues.
I'm not sure if the machine gun
Let
will
us
do.
rally
I am
to our
not sure
defense.
if with the machine gun you could actually fire at the
One
head
mission more.
of a charger
Mission
and get through
coordinates
its armor.
locked.
I don't think that's the case, but we're gonna find out.
Hellpods primed.
We're gonna go with the rail cannon, airstrike, a pretty standard loadout.
Allied destroyer has
But
joined squadron.
I am going to go with the supply pack. And I'm going to go with the heavy machine gun. I'm also, because of the heavy machine gun, I am going to run with not the stun grenade. Where's the heavy machine gun? But I'm going to run with impacts. So, equipment. Yeah, I'm going to run with impact grenades. So I think this is like a pretty... This could be a loadout for machine gun. The funny thing about the supply pack, which I think is like honestly like pretty good. Like we have some other people doing the same thing. Oh, look, that's so funny. But you know, the supply pack is good to support your team with, but with the machine gun, you're gonna use all of it. Well, one thing I am going to do with the machine gun, though, right off the bat, is I am going to change its rate of fire to its lowest rate of fire. A lot of reticle float in the machine gun.
Affirmative.
Yeah, let's go over there.
Bug hole on my position. Bug
But the next
outpost
time I
spotted.
reloaded, it
Prepare
finished.
to exterminate. Marking location. West. Supply.
Injury? What injury?
Supply.
I need stems!
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. The ammo really feels like shit, and even when you have a supply pack, and I'm using at the lowest, I'm using it right now at the lowest, like, rate of fire. There is a video recently where this guy talked about how the machine guns, like how good they were, just analyzing them more in depth, and I'd be really curious to see how the heavy machine gun actually compares to like the stalwart and the regular machine gun, because like honestly it doesn't feel like it has a place right now, you know. Like, it's good at dealing with these medium targets, it's good at dealing with the fighters, it's good at dealing with the you know, even up to the hive guard, honestly.
Sweet liberty, my leg!
It's even good with dealing with the hive guards, but they're not threats. Like bile spewers are threats, and being able to be mobile versus the bile spewers is good, you know.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Like this situation, it's good, but how often are you gonna be in this situation? If it could shoot like the front of a fucking charger, I'd be all for it. But look, I'm already almost out. And yeah, it does great versus that, but that guy's like not a threat. In the grand scheme of things, what are your threats, right? And the primary weapons do a good enough job dealing with all those other little targets that using a heavy machine gun, you know, in this case the MG206, it seems unnecessary. Like a really popular loadout with the machine gun is the Punisher Plasma with a stalwart, and you use the Punisher Plasma to deal with chargers. You could also use it to kind of deal with bile spewers, and then you use the stalwart for all the small targets. But
Sending in an eagle!
there's like a lot of recoil float, you know, and the reticle. No, not recoil float. There's a lot of reticle float, and the reticle is like also not very good. It obstructs a lot, and it also could be because of the float, but it's just not. I'd be curious to see a loadout that would complement this very well, but like I said, I just don't think that
Bug hole northwest on
that
my
loadout
position.
is the case. Like this, like, okay, right now I'm using a loadout that kind of makes sense for it, but
Requesting air support.
the supply pack is something that is, I'd say, a little bit better when you can use it to support your team. And right now I absolutely cannot. Like, I'm using all my grenades, I'm using all the ammo,
Heavy east close.
so like let's like look at it. Like, oh shit! All right.
Sending in an
I'm so used to having stun grenades that I kind of...
For prosperity!
See, like, a stalwart is... A part of me wants to pick up the stalwart, but... Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do... No. We gotta keep using the heavy machine gun.
Extracting request.
See, right here, it's probably fucking great. Of course, but I'm out now. So... You know what? If it's stopped,
Pelican 1
File
preparing to
spewers.
depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
overall, the Quasar cannon, I think, is pretty good. I think that's going to work in a lot of loadouts that people are currently running. I can see myself using it. It's nice to have an option to that deals with the larger threats. That doesn't require you to call down another strata. That's the expendable. B doesn't put like huge limitations on you in terms of like your backpack, like the autocannon. Now, admittedly, I haven't used the autocannon that much, and I probably should use it a little bit more, especially versus the bots. And or like the railgun. You know, the railgun, it's not a pretty hefty nerf, but it's still in a pretty, I'd say it's in a pretty bad spot, because for you to headshot the charger with the railgun, it requires 4 fully charged shots, and it's honestly like pretty rough. And it's a huge variation on Bile Titans. The railgun honestly almost seems just like a complementary item to use with your other ways of dealing with those threats. But the Quasar cannon, it feels good. I think it would drop right in. It would fit in the, like I'd say, the current general meta of running a shield backpack generator, or maybe even a rover, and you're running your airstrike of choice and your orbital of choice. And then you could kind of run whatever primary you want with it. I ran it with a sickle, which makes it like a pretty interesting dynamic where like my support weapon never runs out of ammo and my primary weapon never runs out of ammo. That works out pretty well. The Quasar cannon, cool. The heavy machine gun, I'm not really feeling it. It might be better versus the bots, and I will see. I will see how it goes versus the bots. But a lot of the issues I had with it, I think, would be the same versus the bots, because it does a good job of killing those medium threats. You know, first for the Terminator, it's the warriors up to the hive guards and the brood warriors, brood mothers, whatever the hell they are. It does a good job at dealing with those. But one, if it had the ability to stagger like bile spewers, I would actually be more for it. But it is a very unwieldy weapon. It is hard to swing that thing around and engage multiple targets. Of course, that makes sense. It's a heavy machine gun, so in the sense of what it is, it makes perfect sense, but it's too unwieldy in a game that requires so much. I shouldn't even call it a game. This is a game. This is spreading democracy. But and then its ammo economy is rough. like the loadout that I ran with it just now was specifically to alleviate that sort of ammo economy, and it's still just like really rough. There is a video recently, I mentioned this, but like I said, there's a video recently talking about like all the machine guns and how good they are and comparing there. I'm really curious how the heavy machine gun stacks up against those. Because like the common loadout that I think a lot of Helldivers will run with right now will be a Punisher Plasma with a Stalwart. You can't drop the heavy machine gun in for the Stalwart, in my opinion. And yeah, you have to, you know, if I like stun grenades, you have to run with the impact grenades. And of course, run a supply pack is good because it'll give you a lot of grenades, it'll give you a lot of ammo. But also, the other thing about supply pack, especially in a squad setting, is like, if you're using the entirety of the supply pack for yourself, and then whenever you call in a resupply, you're refilling your supply pack, that's like, that's rough. You're taking a lot from your squad. So, heavy machine gun, not really feeling it. Just in the state of how missions play out right now. It is cool though. It is cool. The beautiful thing about Helldivers is you can play this game however you want. If you like the heavy machine gun, you could do it. I mean, it works. I wish it would deal with the charger at the very least, but it doesn't. But there are other ways you could do that. You could use your impacts. I mean, you could run a heavy machine gun and you could drop an expendable too. That is a thing, but really the problem is like the things that heavy machine guns do very well against aren't really threats. Your warriors aren't threats, they're slow. Your hive guards are not threats, they're slow. And your primary weapons do a decent enough job, especially if you run with something like a slugger or even a sickle. They're all good enough versus it. Yeah, it runs through its ammo too quickly and it's very unwieldy. So those are my thoughts on the new weapons available in Helldivers. You can get them now. They are in the game. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.